There are 3.5 mission-critical priorities that all companies need to achieve in some capacity. As a sales professional, your job is to show your prospects how your solution will directly help achieve one or more of these priorities. Let's get more specific on what we mean by 3.5 mission critical priorities, or MCPs. These are business problems that all companies face in some capacity: financial goals, market share goals, and stakeholder satisfaction. And believe it or not, these apply to major gift donations and retail as well, with just a slight change in perspective. Oh, and the 0.5 priority? Well, some industries have to comply with strict regulatory requirements. It's a priority because the company has to follow whatever the regulations are in their industry. Let's dig into the three main MCPs. First, financial goals. In B2B sales, this includes increasing revenue, increasing margins, decreasing cost, or managing cash flow. In major gifts, this typically refers to the tax savings recognized through their donation, and those rules may vary from state to state. In retail, this will vary based on the solution you're selling and the target audience you're selling to. Next, market share goals typically consist of increasing overall market share or targeting a new untapped market, which could be based on geography or maybe a category of business. For major gifts, market share refers to the societal impact the donor will make with her donation. In retail, market share refers to the social acceptance or recognition the consumer will receive from making the purchase. Stakeholder satisfaction goals are mostly centered around investor, customer satisfaction, or employee satisfaction in B2B sales. In major gifts, this refers to the recognition the donor will receive either internally or from their peers and family members. And in retail, it's based on the utilization of the product or service. It's important to note that most of the time, your prospects aren't going to tell you how you can help support one of their MCPs. In fact, they may not even see for themselves how your solution is connected to achieving these goals. That's why building rapport and trust are so critical, as your prospect will need to feel comfortable enough to answer your strategic questions in order to really understand her needs. And that's what separates top sales professionals from the mediocre ones. For example, let's say you sell CRM software and you're working with a buyer who tells you that she needs a better way to manage appointments because her sales team has been double booking appointments lately and it's causing them to miss sales. On the surface, it sounds like her goal is to stop double booking appointments. Easy enough, you have a feature in your CRM software that can handle that. But your solution is one of the higher priced options on the market because it offers so much more than just scheduling appointments. So it may be hard to justify the cost of your solution when you're just focused on the feature of how you schedule appointments. As you get to know your prospect better and probe further, you find out that she's been given a goal to double her team's sales for this next year. And that's a financial MCP. You also find out that in order to achieve this goal, they have to triple the number of sales appointments that they have. And as you probe further, you find out that if her branch doesn't achieve this goal, it's very unlikely she'll get the promotion she's been working so hard for. Now that you have this information, with just a few more strategic questions, you're able to clearly show your prospect the cost of her problem and create urgency around solving these emotional and financial business challenges. Now, if you fail to do so, your sale will be put into the nice-to-have category instead of the must-have category. Let's look at this a different way. Imagine if you sold carpentry services and a prospect calls you because a tree fell through her living room. Now, there's a lot of urgency behind the need for your services in that example. But what if that same prospect calls you because she wants to remodel her hall bathroom? Now, that's a nice-to-have on any homeowner's checklist, but it's not urgent, so it could take years before that buyer finally makes a purchase decision. That's why it's your job to help buyers understand the urgency behind the problem that your solution solves. Failing to do so makes your product a nice-to-have instead of a must-have. And like the hall bathroom model, there's no urgency to buy. Here's another example. If you're selling a printer that breaks down less often, you're not just selling a more reliable product, you're selling more productivity in the workplace. If you're selling a printer with print from Wi-Fi capabilities, you're not just selling convenience, you're selling more time to work on mission-critical priorities. Ultimately, you must connect your solution to one of their MCPs, either financial gain, an increase in market share, or stakeholder satisfaction. We've covered a lot of valuable information on how prospects make decisions and how we can better influence them. Now let's take this information and put it to use by learning how to structure our sales presentation in a way that helps more buyers say yes.